Guys coming back after suspension, after not playing for a half of the previous game, do you have a concern you watch if they try to do too much to show something? Play the game.
I guess it's natural to try to do a little bit too much, but I'd definitely rather guys trying as hard as they possibly can than not trying, and just kind of coasting. So these are two guys who won't do that. So we should be good.
So with that being said, you expect maybe not so much on the court, but do you expect more of an emotional response from the guy, maybe more of a sense of togetherness, just even if it's just with this game, just because of.
I would hope so. It's like I continue to say, stuff like this happens. When this stuff like this happens, it brings you together as a group. It brings you together as far as the relationship with me and your teammates and everything. So hopefully it does galvanize us as a group, and we play well tonight.
I guess aside from Kevin and Jalen and playing the rules, how have you seen people like Josh being able to step in and kind of be a tertiary secondary playmaker? How they can take pressure off the defenses when you pair that with big like Christian Wilkins and how have you seen that process come along?
It's coming along. It's still, we're game 30 whatever, and it's going to take some time for sure. But Josh has the ability to run a few plays and get everybody organized in those handful of plays. And then, like you're saying, if there's pressure on one side of the floor, we could get it to the other side of the floor. And he has the ability to attack off the dribble, make a play for himself or his teammates. So far, so good. It's going to take a little while, though, for us to kind of get to a point where, everybody's comfortable. He's comfortable when he has point guard duties, and the group functions well.
The second unit did better in Philly, but really struggled in the previous games. Assuming, based on my assumption, what can Garrison add to that group?
A lot. I mean, his shooting is something that we desperately need. He plays hard on the defensive end. And he is one when we're going through those droughts. He's the one who can break the droughts with a play on the defensive end where there's a charge or a three where he's moving and doesn't look on balance or whatever, but he still makes those shots. So yeah, he can add a lot as far as our depth is concerned. Yeah, I noticed that, and I'm rolling with it. I'm rolling with it. I caught it
though. Or have you, in the past 2 years, talked with Coach Silas about your similar paths and your first jobs and so on?
We haven't talked too much this season. Maybe 4 or 5 times this season, which maybe that's a lot. But we've always been connected in one way or the other, whether it's our dads battling here and in 78 and 79, or when Wes hired me basically with Eddie Jordan to be advanced scout here. So yeah, we talked a lot about our paths kind of getting to where we are now, and we got together in the preseason and spent a lot of time together just talking about this job and what it entails and the pitfalls and how great it is at the same time. And it's great to have someone that you have a really good relationship, that you're so happy for and proud of, to get his opportunity. So we lean on each other quite a bit.
Coach, random offense and as opposed to structure, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And obviously it's personal based, some of those decisions, but a year later, how would you find that balance? Is it more dependent because you have the younger guys coming into the job, or how is that?
Yeah. I mean, it's very similar. I mean, I think since our losing streak, we've been a good offensive team. We've been playing 5 out. We've been driving and kicking. We've been playing pick and roll and hitting the roller. We've been doing a lot of the things that I want to do. The next step will be being able to read the offense a little bit better. You know, the guys know the plays, but they don't read the defense quite as well as they will when they've been in the system for quite a while. So, yeah, we had to do a little restart this summer as far as personnel and whatnot. But, yeah, the more they do it, the better they'll get at it. And it's funny because we were talking about that this morning defensively as well. There's a lot of situations that our guys haven't seen before and are late on because they don't anticipate what's coming. And that'll be the next step, is where there's so much anticipation in defense and we're not anticipating much right now. And so it's up to us to continue to watch the film and continue to go through like the basics so we can grow.
You faced, Frank, you mentioned the two final series, the Sonics.
Yeah.
Any recollection of either one? I would imagine you were a bit too young to remember. But
yeah, I mean, I remember the one that the Sonics won, which was 79. I was 6 or 7. But I remember those teams, you know, it was Wes Unseld and Elvin Hayes and Bobby Dandridge and Kevin Greavy and like Charles Johnson, all those guys, Greg Ballard. So yeah, growing up, they were like the nemesis, right? Because it was back-to-back years that they played in the finals. And I remember my dad had a party at our house, and I was like downstairs or whatever. And it was all the players: Gus Williams, Dennis Johnson, Freddie Brown, my dad, Jack Sikma. And they were like, we got to get them this time. Like, and their song was, this is so old school, it's called Second Time Around by Shalimar. And that was their like theme song that year, as far as getting that win, and winning the championship that year. So I remember a little bit of it. I remember going to the Kingdome, and it was so loud and, everybody was so excited. I remember the parade after. So yeah, I remember a little bit of it, but maybe that's just a function of seeing it over the years and reading about it and that kind of stuff.
We'll take some questions on Zoom. Haley Griffin.
Hey, Coach. Separate from tonight's game, Dirk Nowitzki is going to have his number retired tonight in Dallas. I know you were there for his final season. Is there any memories that you have of him in that final year and just how he's impacted the game in his 21 seasons?
Yeah, I mean, that final year, he was really trying to come back and play. His ankle was really bad, and he's just a tireless worker. He always has been, but being with him and being around him, you just see the work that he puts in, and the work that he put in and the hours just to get back to be able to play that season. And he came back and he played, and he did some good things for us. And he's just like the most gracious, fun-loving, but driven at the same time person. And he deserves everything that he has gotten and gets. His numbers obviously will be retired, but the fact that he's 6th all time in scoring, I think that's lost on a lot of people. You think about, you know, a lot of scorers, and for him to be 6th all time is like mind blowing. So it's his dedication, his work ethic, his ability, his transcendent ability as far as being able to pick and pop and play on the perimeter and all that. So yeah, Dirk's definitely one of my favorites.
Stephen, in the year and a half that Christian has been with you guys, he's talked often about his desire and belief of being an all-star. Have you seen him do enough of the little things consistently to where he should be able to put himself in that mold?
That's a good question. He is I think when it comes to like being an all-star and being like one of the top echelon guys, it really is based on consistency, right? So, for the guys who are able to be super consistent throughout, they have the ability to be all-stars, and Christian is getting there as far as his consistency. But as far as little things and all that, I don't really want to get into like the particulars of his game. But when you think about an all-star, it's like every night. And he will get to the point where it's an every night thing for him. Not saying that he's wildly inconsistent right now, but that's a hard barrier to break as far as going from a really good player to an all-star. But I do believe he has the ability to do it.
Cody Davis. Cody.
Oh, hello. Hey, Coach.
Hey, Cody.
A lot has been made about the culture of the Houston Rockets ever since that incident that took place on Saturday. With everything that's been said, how would you actually describe the culture of the Rockets since you are actually at the helms of it?
The culture of the Rockets is built on improvement. It's built on structure. It's built on a lot of things, but culture. And Steve Clifford, who I worked for in Charlotte, said this quite a bit. Culture is the people. And it's the people that you have, and it's the people that you fight with, and it's the people that you grow with. And yeah, I'm part of that. And I have a lot to do with the personality of the team. I have a lot to do with how we play. And it is very important to have the people, and we have a good group of guys in that locker room. Not to say that we're not going to make mistakes, not to say that we're not going to have our down times, because we have, but culture is always the people that you have, and whether they want to do things the right way or the wrong way. And I do believe that we have the group of people to do that and have a great culture. And our culture hasn't been a problem until, like, nobody's ever said anything about our culture until last game or 2 games ago. And I think at times people overreact to stuff that happens. And I choose to react to things that happen, but also understand that when those things happen, you can go one of 2 ways. And I always am going to look at the positive, where we're going to grow and learn, and our culture will be even better, and the understanding with each other will be even better. But the culture is always the people.